Hi folks, hope you're doing well. So, okay. This one then. Yeah. This one is going to be about the fact of trying to understand why people can think the way they think. That they're right, everyone else is wrong. Okay. Why is that the case? Well, you have to understand the human nature. You have to understand the fact that people have come from a world and they've realised just... The truth of this world is, unless you are rich and powerful, the world couldn't care less about you at all. Could not care less. You are nothing. You are worthless. You are no one to the world. Okay? So they come into a church. Because most people have a pretty crap family. Even people that think they have a decent family don't have a family as decent as what they think church is. And for most people, they think their church family is amazing when it's absolute crap. Really, when you look at it properly, it's absolute crap. Most church families are neglect. When you look at it from truth point of view. But of course, when you look at it from the delusion that most people have about their church relationship and all this and all that and all the other, no, they actually think that things are going pretty well, and that their church family is wonderful. So you have that as one of the reasons. If you're in a church, that church will have an understanding. Well, the people in the church will have an understanding about their belief and their belief system. And so therefore, if that comes under attack from anyone at all, yeah, in most churches they will fight tooth and nail against any attack that may come. And the reason is you're threatening their family. Partly you're threatening their family, partly you're threatening their new hope, their hope for their life. That they themselves will get to heaven. Because that's what they believe. That's what they believe it's all for, is relationship with Christ, with Jesus. And through that relationship they go to heaven. That's what they think the point of it is. Even though, as I say, the truth of the matter is that when Yeshua was asked how to pray, he said that we should pray, your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. So we're supposed to bring heaven down and not wait till we go up. But again, people are quite good at ignoring that, aren't they? Because people do pray the Lord's Prayer, but they say it, they don't take notice of it. They know the words, but they're words. They don't necessarily mean anything. And again, this is what the devil does. He gets people into this position where anything that's scriptural goes against your belief. You can't speak against it, because when you speak against it, you're speaking against your belief, but you can't speak in favour of that stuff either. So it's there, you know it's there, and you just basically ignore it. I've said for years and 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 years, I was in churches, Baptist churches as well as any other. There was Green Street Baptist Church was one that they would often talk about. Let's talk about the true vine. But when they get to a bit about the cutoff, whenever they talk about those that don't bear fruit, they'll end it just before that bit. Just before it talks about any consequences at all, they cut it off. They stop talking about that now. That sermon is ended. They end it there every time. So, evidence of, that scripture is there. It doesn't agree with what you believe, so therefore, it's there, you ignore it. You can't argue against it, you can't argue in favour, so therefore you just ignore it. And, as I say, the devil has done a blinking good job helping people to deal with that in a reasonably comfortable way, where it doesn't necessarily get in the way of their walk with God, as far as they're concerned. Of course, it does get in the way of your walk with God. Well, because generally speaking, you are stunting massively your walk with God. You are hugely limiting what you can get out of your walk with God. Because God has to fit into your belief. God has to fit into what you understand about God. As soon as anything starts happening outside of that, oh, can't have that. Even if it feels good. I liken it to something years ago, and I've never told this story, and for good reason. I was struggling with lust at the time. And I met a lady on a site and went around and tried some fun with that lady. That lady had never had an orgasm. Never. Never. As soon as I started doing something that could give her an orgasm, she freaked out. And she stopped me from doing it. Because it was foreign to her. It was something she'd never experienced. She sort of liked it, but she couldn't understand why. So it had to stop. And that's the same with people when they see anything of God that is outside of their particular belief. They see it, they sort of like it, they sort of believe it's from God, but they have to reject it because it doesn't fit into their belief system. It would throw their whole belief system out. And so therefore they have to reject it. So, yeah, it is what it is. So there you go. I've shared something of intimacy from years ago that I've never shared before. Don't boast about it. There you go. Just because I haven't told anyone else what I'm telling you, it's no good you boasting about that. So, yeah, the reality is that, yeah, people believe the way they believe things for good reasons, because it's human nature. We are still human, and we have to fight that and let God deal with it.